Foreign. North Korea on Saturday fired about 10 ballistic missiles toward the Eastern Sea, South Korea's military said, staging its own show of force as the rival South conducts a joint military exercise with the United States. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said the missiles were fired from an area in Sunan, the site of Pyongyang's international airport, and flew about 350 kilometers. Japanese Defense Minister Shinjiro Koizumi said the weapons landed outside the country's exclusive economic zone and that there were no reports of damage to planes or ships. Good afternoon. Around 1:24 p.m. today, North Korea launched what appears to be a ballistic missile. It has already fallen and its impact point is outside our nation's exclusive economic zone. As for further details, these are currently undergoing thorough analysis. The Prime Minister has issued instructions to exert our utmost efforts in gathering and analyzing information and to provide swift and precise information to the public to thoroughly confirm the safety of all aircraft and vessels and to maintain a state of complete preparedness for any unforeseen contingencies. As of now, we have no information of damage to our country's aircraft or vessels. We will continue to ensure thorough information gathering. The South's Joint Chiefs said the military has stepped up surveillance and is maintaining readiness against possible additional launches, while closely sharing information with the U.S. and Japan. The launches came as the U.S. and South Korean militaries conduct their annual springtime exercises involving thousands of troops, while the Trump administration also wages an escalating war in the Middle East. The war has raised concerns about potential security lapses in South Korea, as local media, citing security camera footage and other images, have speculated that the U.S. is relocating some missile defense assets stationed in the country to support operations against Iran. When asked by the Associated Press this week whether U.S. forces Korea was moving interceptor missiles from its terminal high-altitude area defense system in Jeju to the Middle East, South Korean President Lee Jae-myung's office said it could not confirm details about U.S. military operations. The office said the potential relocation of U.S. military assets would not affect the Allies' defense posture against nuclear-armed North Korea, while also citing South Korea's conventional military strength. It earlier gave a similar response to reports about the possible relocation of Patriot missile defense systems from South Korea. The launches came hours after South Korean Prime Minister Kim Min-suk, Seoul's #2 official, after Lee met U.S. President Donald Trump in Washington and expressed hope for renewed diplomacy between Washington and Pyongyang. Lee seeks improved inter-Korean relations, and some of his top officials have said Trump's expected visit to China starting March 31 may create an opening with Pyongyang. But Saturday's launches appeared to dim such hopes, signaling defiance by Pyongyang, which in recent months has hardened its stance towards Seoul and urged Washington to drop denuclearization demands as a precondition for talks. North Korea has long described the Allies' drills as invasion rehearsals and often uses them as a pretext to dial up its own military demonstrations or weapons testing. The North in previous years has conducted numerous salvo launches of missiles or artillery while describing them as simulations of nuclear attacks against targets in South Korea. The powerful sister of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un on Tuesday criticized Washington and South Korea for proceeding with their drills at a perilous moment for global security and warned that any challenge to the North's safety would bring terrible consequences. Without directly referring to the Iran war, Kim Yo-jong said the U.S. South Korean drills undermine regional stability at a time when the global security structure is collapsing rapidly and wars break out in different parts of the world due to the reckless acts of outrageous international rogues. North Korea's foreign ministry has released separate statements denouncing the joint U.S. Israeli attacks on Iran and expressing support for Tehran's new Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei. Kim has made Russia his priority of foreign policy, sending thousands of troops and large amounts of military equipment to support Moscow's war in Ukraine, possibly in exchange for aid and military technology. News never stops. The world keeps turning and every turn tells a story. Wars, elections, geopolitics, Davids versus Goliaths. While everyone is celebrating the U.S.-China trade tour, Trump has been quietly doing something else. Across Asia were once home to the ancient Silk Road connect